Right, and we're live.
It's dark now.
I know. I predicted this would happen. The evening. I'm
You
gonna.
know,
You know what?
are you using
I'm gonna.
Pixel phone for doing this?
Yes, I am. Pixel 5.
Because I
Yeah.
was, cause I was looking at the one before that one you did with Paul, and like there was like some like you need to like send the feedback to Pixel team. There was like a white balance mishap where like it was so gray that you look like aliens.
Perfect. Oh, there's a car coming at me. I'm going to. Oh, there we go. He's seen me. I'm going to sit on the floor. This is a really stupid thing to do. I'm going to sit on the floor.
So are you on the stop somewhere now?
Yes. So this is the trying not to have a shadow of the thing. Yeah, this is the 56K stop. Yeah.
So have you done
it's kind of
tactical
like the
Wii now?
official tactical Wii has been had. This is also the place where they do hot food. They've got hot food, but I don't think I'm in the mood. It sounds like a hot food's for losers. I'm just.
How about curry and rice though? That's hot food.
I would absolutely smash a curry. John, I've always said hot food is for winners, especially when it's curry.
But no hot drink. Never
no
hot
drink. No, I was actually at one of the earlier stops. They had Diet Coke, and I was like absolutely over the moon about it. And so I had in my head, like, because this is one of the bigger stops, I was like, here we go, Diet Coke time. And I sort of had a little look around, and then one of the support staff was like, can I help with anything? I'm like, yeah, just some cold soft drinks. And he's like, we've got orange squash. And I was like, keep talking. And no, he stopped talking, and that's the problem. It's orange squash. So yeah, it's not. It's rubbish, man. I'm on the water.
No, you get paid enough to buy yourself Diet Coke.
Oh, I'd fucking love a Diet Coke vendor right now.
I have no clue where you are, so
I'd pay handsome. I'd pay a Diet Coke vendor handsomely. My kingdom for a Diet Coke vendor. No, this is middle of absolute nowhere. A place called Tully's Farm. It seems to have a drive-through cinema as part of it. I can hear fireworks going off. I have no idea what that's about, but that is happening. Currently sat behind a set of portable toilets, hiding in the corner. It seems like there's more on brand. Well, there's more mobile data in this corner, and there's less people. And over there. There's a man with a microphone. I think they call them hype men, or hype person. Hype. I use a different four-letter word for them right now.
Are they like cheering you up or whatever?
Yeah, it's right here. We've got what's your name, sir? Jeffrey. Jeffrey's here. Jeffrey's doing how long are you doing, Jeffrey? 100K. Jeffrey's doing 100K, doing really well. Excellent, Jeffrey. Keep going. It's all downhill from it. Mate.
Are you sure this is like not organized by Americans?
It is. They are piling on the optimism more than I think is acceptable.
I mean, you have to understand my exposure to British people are like only the London office works. So this is not the level of enthusiasm that our team puts out.
There are enthusiastic British people, but we make them estate agents and hype people. We put them on the radio. And that's it.
All right. Shall I ask you a question then?
Yeah, go on then, and I'll see if they do actually have curry.
This is a technical question.
Oh, fantastic. That's just what I want.
All right. Well, if you had to walk 100 kilometers once every week or use a lady juice every day, what would you pick? Hold on. So I didn't
But
follow
yeah,
this LA reduce thing. Can you explain to me?
I so I went through like I tweeted about this recently, like sort of many phases of like thinking about code. I remember when I was a beginner with JavaScript, there was this array method called reduce that was an absolute mystery to me. I couldn't really figure it out. And then I got better at JavaScript, and I kind of was like, oh, I know what it does. Oh, I get it. Huh. And then I think, like a lot of people, I thought, I'm I'm going to use this everywhere. Like instead of using a map and a filter, I can fit this all in one reduce, and everyone will think I'm cool. Like the coder, the person that I was who didn't understand reduce, they'd be really proud of me, right? They'd be so proud if they saw me now using reduce like a big boy, and then as I got older and even more experienced, I was like, this is crap. It's just it's more complicated than the alternatives. Like, and like, oh, well done, you've turned two loops into one. Like, the number of loops is not your performance problem. Right, very rarely is the performance problem. It's always what's inside the loop than the actual loop itself. And reduce is very rarely solving that problem. It's just every time I see it, it's like, oh, well done. Yeah, you know what reduce is. Now that we know that, can we change the code to not use reduce? Now we know that you're very smart. So yeah, I every time I see it in code, like if you're using it to add a load of numbers together or to form the product of a load of numbers, fine. Other than that, like, and some people like a lot of people will create a reduce loop that creates an object on every iteration. And to do this, they'll be doing like an object spread inside each iteration. And an object spread is an iteration within an iteration. So there you get the kind of ON squared performance. And once you're doing that many loops, it is a performance problem. Like, you've something that could be two loops, you've turned it into one reduce, but it's now actually a squared number of loops. And it's just like I don't know. Some people get really passionate about it. And whenever I tweet about it, I get a lot of people, like someone or many people were people. Let's be honest here. Guys will reply to me saying, "Oh, actually, I understand reduce." It's like, I fucking understand reduce as well. Okay, wind your neck in. It's it's just that it's not like we're not out as coders. We're not out to prove how smart we are, right? If you can build like the image, like Google Photos, the way Google Photos like recognizes what's in an image, that's smart. That proves like the end result is really smart. Like compression, it's like AVIF. Like the people who did that is smart, and that's showing how smart they are, and we're actually getting something useful out of it. But then like creating one-liners when it could be 3 lines of readable code, that doesn't prove you're smart. That proves you're like a show-off. As you can tell, get quite passionate about this. and I'm saying that I was that guy. I have written code like, oh, do you know what? I can make this not just like a loop. I can make this a function that generates functions, and it curries more functions, and it uses 5 levels of reduce, and it's like it's so obfuscated that only my massive brain can understand it. And I'm sick of it, Mariko. Absolutely sick of it. What was the question? So, would I walk 100 kilometers a week or use reduce?
Well, so 100 kilometers every week or reduce every day.
I'll take reduce. Mate, I'm not in a good way right now. Things are hurting. I mean, I feel fine now, but I'm sat on the floor.
Yeah.
It's like getting going again is hard. I'm sort of hobbling around for like 10 minutes before things warm up again.
I mean, this is not even like once a year thing, right?
God no. Hey, cards on the table. I have done 100k before, but it was like 15 years ago. I was.
Yes, Jake is 120 years old.
I was a different man back then. A young boy with enthusiasm, and I was probably using reduce back then, that's for sure. but but other than that, like it's feeling harder this time. Last time I did 100k, I did it in 23 hours, and we would have done it faster if it wasn't for well, you know, we had to help a teammate to the next stop and drop him off because he got a really bad knee. This is a different route. This is a much more hilly route, but you know, we're not doing it. We're not doing it in 23 hours. We're not doing it in 24. It's going to be 25 plus, I reckon. Party. Yeah.
I actually remember in the office you mentioned, because I was in London office by chance, and you mentioned, gosh, like a year and a half ago that you were interested in doing it. Everybody was like, "Oh, I might do that." Right? I'm so glad I didn't say I would do that. Well, physically impossible because, you know, Rona. But also, like, you know, I didn't like quite understand the scale of 100 kilometers.
So I tell you what, there's a delicious element to this, and that's that when I did the 100k when I was much younger, Jen, my other half, like you said there, didn't really understand the scale of it. So she was just like, "Oh, Jake's going to do a thing," and well, part of that caused us to have quite a big argument, probably the biggest argument that we've ever had. It was while I was on the walks, obviously. Like you know, it was towards the end, and you know, I won't go into detail because she won't be happy about it. But it's there's been an absolute delicious element now that she's doing this walk as well, and every time she's like, "Oh God, it's kind of it's a really big deal, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yes." Now imagine if right now I did and I did, and she reminds me that I promised never to bring that up ever again, but I still do. And it's like, yeah, it's like sort of sweet revenge. It's only taken 10 years to come round. But, it's yeah. Oh, do you know what?
You know what? Yeah, I'm just looking at the questions, but it's all like very like technical question that I don't feel like asking you right now. So
this is what I've got for the rest of the trip, right? Like, because Kinlan burned through all of the pee-poo questions, so
yep.
As he would, and I was obviously delighted about that. So I think I might lean on Francis and Monica later on to maybe come up with more, just invent their own non-technical questions.
Yeah. Yeah. That would work. I mean, you know, people want to hear about your Liact opinions, but like I'm not interested in hearing your Liact opinions. So
neither am I. That's the thing. I've got extreme brain fade now. I've you know I've been saying some incredibly stupid things, like basic maths have been escaping me. Like, yeah, it's got the whole night to go now. It's head torch time, definitely. The sun has completely gone.
Sorry, are you gonna put like a headlamp on and then walk or something?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna look like a fancy car with all of my lights. It's yeah. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad telly because all you're gonna see is the lights. It's not gonna be like this. Like, it's not gonna be like this amazing studio I found for this call. It's all downhill from here.
All right. Well, good luck and get a warm food.
Yes, I'll go do that. All right.
All right. Good luck.